Good shot. You know it's going to fall when the applause breaks out several seconds later.
And Azharuddin playing it on the up. The ball not quite pitched in the slot for the drive, but Azharuddin has this ability to hit good balls for boundaries.
Good shot. Shortish straight boundaries here, and if you pierce the gap, there's no clawing the ball back.
And Amre hitting it very nicely, very firmly. He's a good driver.
Orders must hope that it's not going to cost him, because a 5-day test is looming. Start of it 6.5 days away. Craig Matthews coming in for his 5th over. Still bang on target and forcing false and streaky shots, and this time not getting any reward.
Matthews getting that leg cutter to go very effectively. This time he gets a thick edge instead of the thin edge which he wanted.
With the batsman short, you just get the feeling, as we've had throughout this series, that one Indian batsman has to play a major innings, and a cracking shot from Azharuddin, worth a couple. Of course, Azharuddin survived. Mr. Strawberry there with a score of 73 for 3 at the halfway mark, but he survived a run-out scare. Every now and again, Azharuddin causes bowlers reactions like that. It was a little fortunate in that he was playing it wider, but it was a played shot. Just watch the roll of the wrists.
Oh no, man, is what he says. And then I won't tell you what he said after that. Azharuddin, who's in good form at the moment. Pravin Amre, 14. Tendulkar was the big fish. He looked in ominous form. It had struck 3 lovely 4s, including 2 off Craig Matthews in his first over, but in his second over he had him well pegged down and then produced that lovely delivery to have him caught behind for 21 that came from just 38 balls. Here's 2 more to the Indian total, which is now 80. 80 for 3, needing 204, still 124 to go, and the rate has gone up to over the 5 per over mark. 7 wickets in hand, still a long way to go for India. He must be out, surely. He is, and that was a crazy, crazy run. And the umpire, Rudy Kutzel, not even having to call on television to assist him, and for the third umpire to make a decision.
Amre's running between the wickets has really been awful. Feverish, and away he goes, claws his captain.
That is an absolute catastrophe, and really a comedy of errors, because what happens when we see it again, you'll see how Amre literally dribbles the ball into the hands of the bowler.
Hardly a run anyway, and then he's given it 2 little helps on its way. And that's the end. Kicked off with that 27 in Newland. And there they are, 77 in 6 innings, and 57 of those have come the first match and the 6th one, only averaging 15. This is a different sort of innings he's called to play on. He's really got to steer his side home. The other thing is that we've been going for 2 hours and South Africa are only just into their 28th over, and their
first wicket to go down. Then Manjaka LBW to a fine delivery from Brian McMillan that came back enough. It hit him low down, moved across in front of his stumps, and that was an easy decision for umpire Rudy Kutsen. Then Craig Matthews produced this absolute beauty to induce a little outside edge from Sachin Tendulkar, and that was the big one for the South Africans, because Tendulkar had hit 3 lovely 4s and looked in very good form. Now we do have Hansie Cronje, the 6th bowler, in action, taking over from Brian McMillan, who bowled his 10 overs on the trot because of that. Same thing's going to happen here. Will Kapildev chance the second? He does, and he gets it comfortably. And brings up the 100.
The ball being hit to the left of Craig Matthews.
That is really doing quite a splendid job. Though he's being hit hard this time, and there was just a chance that Hudson might catch it, but eventually he palmed it over the rope. 6 couldn't get into position quickly enough. Just couldn't get into position quickly enough.
That one. His couple really moved that one. And when he middles it, it normally goes over the ropes. Just managing to get just managing to get his fingertips to it.
Calls the man in from the boundary. Just one there. And back comes Donald. Not only to try and stem the flow of runs, but more importantly to try and break this partnership. Imre responds by hitting him back over his head for a splendid ball.
And this is a great shot indeed. Picking it up on the rise, up straight, and one bounce into the fence. Super shot.
I know that I'd like to be in Amre's shoes now. Donald will have been stung by that.
A straight delivery, and it didn't come up as much as Kapildev expected, and he was right in front of the wicket, no doubt about that at all. An easy decision for the umpire to make. Kapildev playing right across the line. It's a major blow to India.
Oh, he's never really got going, Kapildev, in the series. 27, 18, and a 30, and now 17. And you see, as plumb as anything. It does work away, just back of the square. The long run for Merrick Pringle, the 12th man. They get 2. He's unwise to take on his arm for the 3rd. Going quickly down to the fine leg boundary, and too quickly for the fielder to be able to cut it off. And cleverly just using the pace of the delivery there to get 4 runs. For the second run, and with it comes his 50. Let's just watch this. A direct hit might have been slightly different, but he certainly is well home, and not even the replay or the third umpire called into action. But Pravin Amre, his second 50 in a limited over international, 51 not out with 3 fours from 65 balls.
Certainly done his bit to keep his side in the match after doing his bit to put them right out of it when he ran his captain out. That's nicely steered.
And Andy Hudson has to give up the chase. It was fine enough and just raced away to the boundary.
Vijay Yadav was brought back into the side because of his better batting than Kieran Murray, and Amre's got all the confidence in the world in him because he knows that he's a perfectly good player. Doesn't have to start slogging the ball around yet. Only 55 needed. 11 overs, that's no problem.
Cornier doesn't even bother to try and get round. That's 4 runs.
Oh, what a cool head young Yadav has got. It really was it's a good shot. He's made a little bit of room. Look, front foot going onside, ball going offside. Prepared to take his chance. And remember that, the delivery after he'd taken over and made the call against his senior partner's decision to go for a ridiculous looking second run. So all in all, this is quite an impressive little knock.
And he's hit another very good shot down to mid-wicket, and they'll get through with a little bit of a misfield.
You've got there for the winning if they can hold their nerve. Cronier.
Yes, Donald had to be taken off. And now they're going to scramble a run from an overthrow, and suddenly, with the pressure, the South African fielding, which has been so brilliant throughout this series, just showing signs of being a bit ragged.
I think it's been forced by some pretty curious running between the wickets from these two. They're threatening, they're causing run-out situations, and small wonder that even an old campaigner like Kirsten's getting excited.
At least 1 run. Pickup is not clean, so we can get a second.
Leg by signalled, and that brings the target down to 40.
And that's 4 runs. There's nobody down there on the boundary.
Now this is a different problem for Kepler Wessels. By this stage he's usually got Cronier and Callaghan through. He hasn't done it, and now Cronier is having to bowl at a stage of the match that he doesn't do too often.
And for once he was pitching that one on about middle and off, and it was moving into the batsman, so just hitting it with the swing down to backward square leg for ball. Goodness me. Going to be certainly 4 runs, maybe 6. No, bouncing just short of the rope. And I must say, Yadav has come out and is doing an unbelievable job for India. He's played some very crisp shots.
Yes, he has, and it's a terrific partnership. 43 already. Except for some of their running between the wickets. That's put the fears into me just watching it, but they've survived and they run quickly.
Yes, and this is the kind of shot that Amre now should not be attempting. He's got deliveries to spare.
Amre's second one-day international 50, both against South Africa. The first one in Calcutta last year. And this is an innings, as we've made the point, that he owes his side. He ran his captain out at a crucial stage. That was 80 for Ford in the 26th. But then two partnerships, one with Kapildev, and now one here with Vijay Yadav. It just shows, Sunil, although it's too late as far as the series is concerned, just what can happen when even a well-drilled side like South Africa gets put under pressure. If they finish before the 48th, 9th, then perhaps we won't see Cronje again. If Donald can get a wicket, the game can still be open. All the way for Couple. Craig Matthews beginning his final over. For the ball. At the moment they're just picking them off. And this is the stage of the game, Sunil. We've had it the other way around, where I always think a fielding captain just might strengthen the offside field. If the ball goes through and you concede a boundary, you lose a bit earlier. But this way, they're picking them off. They're going to lose anyway.
Yes, and I think Vijay Yadav has been hitting the ball officially in the air. One more on the offside. He'll certainly be able to stop those runs flowing.
Great running. And forces a misfield, which wasn't costly, but again, suddenly we're seeing the South African out cricket, which has been so well organised and well built. Lovely shot. Lovely wristy control. Plenty of wrist in that one as well. He's been in for 20 deliveries, but 26 runs to Yadav.
He's been batting really well. He's throwing his bat at anything on or outside the off stump. But he's really giving it a whack. So if he edges it, it's going to go high and above the fielders.
All these runs just being picked off through an open offside field with only the minimum of two fielders there, two on the onside, and that isn't, I don't think, the way for a fielding captain to deal with this, because the game is going. All the way. Quick outfield, slightly slower this evening, so they've got three. Over 15,000, that's been appreciative all day, and 15,000, it's been appreciative all day, and that really is the first one-day official international match here in East London. Almost, I think, not quite. Great shot, takes him to 80. tight.
Putting pressure on the fielder. He's coming back very quickly, eventually diving for it. Yadav and Amre have taken some very cheeky singles, running between the wickets, a little frantic, but they are still there.
It's under 2 runs per over. De Villiers to bowl. This is the 48th. There's 4 of them. Where is it? Long chase. Oh, saved a run. Brings up to 200.
Even after bowling such a fast and furious spell, Alan Donald giving it everything, chasing the ball right up to the boundary, sliding, stopping it. Fantastic work.
Fastest 50 for India. And that might be it. And is the glory to India, the 6,000 run for winning the match to India. The wind-up to 2 splendid weeks of one-day international cricket, in which we've seen 7 matches around South Africa, and South Africa taking the series 5-2, but India giving themselves a good boost for the remaining part of their tour, which includes a 3-day match on this same ground next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the climax of the tour, the 3rd and 4th Test matches at St George's Park in Port Elizabeth, Newlands in Cape Town, starting Boxing Day and in the new year.